The gravity chamber hummed with a low, menacing frequency that made my throat sacs vibrate uncomfortably. I stood there, watching the new batch of recruits file in, their faces glistening with anticipation. Well, faces might be generous. Krell had what I'd generously call a facial structure. Bexis was more of a sensory cluster. And then there was the human. Oh, the human. Lieutenant Vorn, our training instructor. A Threxian built like a walking tank with 4 arms and an attitude to match, gestured toward the center of the room where a standardized lifting apparatus waited. It gleamed under the harsh lights, innocent looking if you didn't know better. Welcome to advanced strength training, Vorn announced, voice like gravel being chewed. This course separates the capable from the the dead. That core stabilizer there. He pointed one thick finger at the apparatus. Weighs exactly 400 keltrums. Standard issue for heavy machinery repair on deep space stations. You can't lift it? You can't serve. For 100 keltrums. I felt my secondary stomach drop. That was roughly 3 times the body weight of your average Threxian. 4 times mine. The math wasn't encouraging. Each of you will demonstrate proper lifting technique. Vorn continued, circling the group like a predator sizing prey. Spinal alignment matters. Knee positioning matters. Unless you want to spend the rest of your short careers in a medical pod, pay attention. Krell went first. Poor bastard. He was a Zorthian, all legs and determination, with approximately the upper body strength of a particularly motivated plant. He gripped the handles and pulled. His leg joints creaked audibly. The weight shifted maybe half an inch before he released it with a gasp, stumbling backward. Pathetic, Vorn said flatly. Next, Bexis managed slightly better, lifting the weight 3 full inches before her exoskeleton clicked ominously. She set it down quickly, wisely choosing intact joints over pride. One by one, we struggled. Grunted. Strained. Some held the weight at chest level for the required 5 seconds before setting it down with trembling control. Others failed spectacularly. The air filled with labored breathing and Vorn's increasingly creative insults. Then came the human. His name was Marcus. Quiet since arriving at the academy 3 cycles ago. Polite. Unassuming. Shorter than me, and I'm not exactly tall. His species looked soft, squishy even, like they'd evolved on a world where the deadliest predator was an overripe fruit. Marcus walked up to the apparatus with his hands in his pockets. Literally. In his pockets. Vorn's eyes narrowed. Cadet Marcus. This is not recreation hour. Approach with proper respect. Yes, sir. Marcus pulled his hands out, stretched his neck left, then right. Small popping sounds followed. Several of us winced. He bent down, gripped the handle with one hand. One. Single. Hand. Cadet, the protocol requires. Vorn started. Marcus lifted. 400 keltrums rose smoothly into the air like it was filled with helium. He held it at shoulder height, arms steady, looking at Vorn with polite inquiry. This the right height, sir? The gravity chamber went silent. You could hear a pin drop, if pins made sounds when dropping, which they don't. Vorn's forearms hung limp. Mouth opened, closed, opened again. What? The weight, sir. Correct holding position. Marcus adjusted slightly. I can go higher if you need full extension. How? Bexis whispered beside me, translator crackling. Marcus waited patiently, weight steady, like holding a datapad, not half the class's morale. Vorn recovered first. Set it down, cadet. Slowly. Marcus lowered it with effortless control. No thud. Straightened, clasped hands behind his back, waited. Explain, Vorn demanded. Sir. Explain how you just lifted standard heavy equipment single-handedly, without breaking a sweat. Marcus glanced down, then back. Small smile at the corner of his mouth. I'm sweating a little, sir. You just can't see it through the uniform. Someone behind me made a sound between laugh and whimper. Vorn stepped closer, looming with all 4 arms crossed. Your planet. Earth. Gravity rating. 1 Earth gravity, sir. Which is... Marcus paused, calculating. About 9.8 meters per second squared. Standard. Standard for Earth, Vorn said slowly. This facility runs at 0.7 standard galactic. Roughly 60% of your homeworld. Oh no. The implications hit like a cargo transport. We'd all been training in normal gravity. Challenging, yes. For Marcus? He'd been living in a low-gravity environment his whole life. Every movement, step, and action against a fraction of what his body was built for. Your planet is a death world. Krell breathed, translator struggling. Marcus shrugged. We prefer to think of it as cozy. Vorn stared at Marcus for a long moment, his 4 eyes blinking in sequence like he was rebooting his entire worldview. Demonstrate again. Both hands this time. Full military press. Marcus nodded, stepped back to the apparatus, and gripped it with both hands. He lifted it to his chest, paused, then pressed it overhead in one smooth motion. Held it there. 5 seconds. 10. 20. Should I do reps, sir? Marcus asked, voice steady, not even breathing hard. A strangled noise came from somewhere in our group. I think it was me. Set it down. Vorn ordered, voice tight. He turned to address the rest of us. Class dismissed. Except you, Cadet Marcus. We need to have a conversation about your physical assessment scores. We filed out in stunned silence, but I lingered near the doorway, curiosity overriding self-preservation. Through the transparent aluminum wall, I watched Vorn pull up Marcus's file on his datapad. Your intake evaluation listed you as below average strength for your species, Vorn said, scrolling through the information. Care to explain? Marcus looked sheepish. Well, sir, the test was calibrated for galactic standard. When the machine asked me to push as hard as I could, I didn't want to break anything. Seemed rude, you know? Expensive equipment. Vorn's eye twitched. You held back. The testing supervisor seemed really worried about the machinery, sir. Very emphatic about being gentle. I had to cover my mouth to keep from laughing. Or screaming. Distinction wasn't clear. Vorn set down his datapad with exaggerated care. Let me understand this. You've been operating at partial capacity for 3 cycles because you worried about our feelings? More about the equipment budget, sir, but yes. Essentially, Marcus shifted his weight. Everything here feels fragile. Chairs, doors, training equipment. Like living in a dollhouse. A dollhouse. Vorn repeated the words as if foreign. Cadet Marcus, do you have any idea what your species' actual capabilities are in our standard environment? Not really, sir. I've been trying to fit in. Vorn pulled up another screen, fingers flying across the interface. Your homeworld. Earth. Gravity 9.8 meters per square second. Atmospheric pressure at sea level, over 14 pounds per square inch. Oxygen 21%. And according to this biological survey, your species regularly engages in recreational activities that would kill most civilized beings. Define recreational, sir. You throw yourselves out of aircraft for fun. Marcus brightened. Oh, skydiving. Yeah, that's a blast. Have you tried it? I'm a Threxian. Hollow bones for reduced mass. Jumping from aircraft would turn me into paste. Vorn scrolled further. Your species does full contact combat sports voluntarily. Boxing is really technical when you get into it. You climb mountains without oxygen support in conditions that would cause most species to pass out. Well, not all of us. Some need oxygen. Vorn looked up, and I swear I saw fear flicker across his features. Cadet Marcus, what if we increase the gravity here to match your homeworld? Marcus considered. Everyone else would have a bad time. Compression injuries, skeletal collapse. It wouldn't be pretty. And you? I'd feel normal again. Maybe a little tired at first, but normal. The implications spread through my mind like ice water. Humans had been in the Galactic Alliance only 6 cycles. Still unknowns, strange mammals from Sector 7, emotional about fiction, obsessed with pets. Nobody considered that they came from a high-gravity, high-oxygen, borderline hostile world, and thrived. Vorn was quiet, then tapped his datapad. I'm forwarding your file to Advanced Combat Training. They're going to want to see this. Is that good, sir? Good. Vorn barked a laugh. Cadet Marcus, you just became the most interesting recruitment case in Alliance history. They'll study you, test you, probably write dissertations on your biomechanics. Marcus didn't look thrilled. I just wanted to pass strength training, sir. Oh, you passed. Vorn gestured at the apparatus. You could use that as a warm-up weight. Dismissed, cadet. And next time someone asks for maximum effort, actually try. Marcus left, walking past me with a small nod. I fell in step beside him. So, I said carefully, you've been holding back this whole time. Didn't want to show off. Marcus, you just lifted heavy machinery with one hand. The showing off ship has sailed. He grinned. Yeah, subtlety isn't really working out. We walked in silence. I had to ask, what else can you do? Back home, I ran marathons. 26 miles. For fun. My legs trembled just thinking. Not normal. Sure it is. Some run ultra-marathons, 50, 100 miles. Sometimes more. Stop talking. There's a desert race. I said stop. He laughed, genuinely amused. I couldn't help joining in. My understanding of limits had just shattered. An alarm chimed for the next session. Marcus stretched, joints popping again. Ready for combat drills? He asked cheerfully. I looked at him, a human from a world that treated extreme challenges as warm-ups, and decided. I'm requesting a transfer. What? What? Because Marcus, I just watched you casually violate everything I knew about physics. If combat drills are like strength training, I want to be on your side. Marcus considered, then nodded. Fair enough. We headed toward the combat arena. I couldn't shake the feeling the galaxy had just become smaller and far more interesting. Humanity had arrived, and they'd been playing gentle this whole time. Terrifying or comforting, depending on whether you were friend or foe. I was very glad to be the former. If this story entertained or taught you something, please like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us grow and bring you more stories like this. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next story.